Managing expectations and handling setbacks. Today, we're going to talk about something that almost no one prepares people for when they start trying to improve their health, performance, or pain, and it's setbacks. When most people start a program, most of them are hoping for a perfectly smooth plan. Aren't we all? Isn't that the goal? We want, we all want things to go like perfect. Like it's why you sign up for something, but life isn't perfect. You're human, things happen. And I don't know if you've heard the quote before, but it's often the person that says they've tried everything and nothing works is the person that hasn't done anything long enough to see if it will work. Right. And so that's why I want to talk about managing expectations and the reality of how things can take time and setbacks are going to be a part of the process. Right. Setbacks are how we learn and also how we improve. Setbacks don't mean failure. The most successful people fail the most, and it's because they're the most willing to try and keep going. They use it as feedback and information for what they can do better or differently and what doesn't work anymore. When people start a program, they want things to go like I feel pain. I start the program, I steadily improve, problem solved, right? Or I'm overweight, I start the program, steadily lose weight, weight loss solved. Like progress really looks like that. In reality, progress looks a lot more like improve, plateau, adjust, improve again, maybe flare up, learn something, move forward. If you don't expect that, the moment that something doesn't go perfectly, it can feel like everything is falling apart. I promise you, when this happens, you're not failing. So, the goal of this conversation is to help you shift the way you think about setbacks, because the way that you interpret them often determines whether you keep moving forward or you stop entirely. The people that have the life that you want are the ones that keep going even when they aren't sure, right? They trust themselves in the process, so they keep moving forward. The ones that stop entirely are the ones that 3 months from now they start a new program. Injury and setback are part of it, right? Like they are inevitable. Not because your body is fragile or you're broken or all of these things. Your body is constantly interacting with stress. Every time you train, you work, play sports, or even just move through daily life, you're exposing your body to different loads. That's congratulations, that's being a human. Sometimes these loads exceed your capacity. When that happens, your body gives you feedback. Sometimes that feedback is soreness, sometimes it's fatigue, sometimes it's irritation, increased pain. Maybe it's an injury. The goal of training and coaching is not to eliminate every possible setback. The goal is to prepare you to handle them intelligently when they happen, not if, but when. You're human, right? That's how this goes. Okay. So, a huge differentiation is prevention versus preparation. A lot of people focus entirely on injury prevention. That's great. Nobody wants to get hurt. Prevention is great. We want to reduce unnecessary risk when possible. I get it. I'm there for it. I'm the same way. But you cannot prevent everything. You can't control every variable in life either. So instead of obsessing over prevention alone, we also want to focus on preparation, which means when something does happen, how do you respond? You don't panic. You don't spiral in the mindset of, I'm broken. This just isn't for me. I messed everything up. I guess I can't do this anymore. Instead, own it like a boss. You approach it like information. Okay. Setbacks are often just feedback about your current capacity. Feedback is something that we can work with. Information is a wonderful thing. Progress is really rarely linear. Oh my gosh. Progress is rarely linear. Wow, that's a tongue twister. I'm sure you've seen like weight loss graphs, right? People that have gotten to your goal weight, it's not just a straight line, right? It goes up and down, up and down, up and down until we eventually get to our goal. That's the same thing with getting out of pain and injury and feeling super capable in our bodies. So we need to like another expectation that we need to shift is the idea that progress should always move in a straight line. Think about learning any new skill, right? If you learn to lift, to run, a new sport, there are always moments where things will feel awkward, new, uncertain, difficult, frustrating. Your body and nervous system are constantly adapting to new demands. Sometimes the adaptation will feel smooth. That's awesome. We love that. Sometimes it feels messy. We don't love that as much. Messy isn't failure. Okay. Messy is learning in progress. This is why in Built Through Movement, we talk about process oriented versus goal oriented. Like, I'm going to pull this up while I'm doing this because I really want to bring up this quote, but it says, recently I heard someone say, everything is a win when the goal's forever changed. So I want to reflect on that and think about that for a second. If everything is a win when the goal is experienced, then we can make learning fun, right? So the messy part where often we feel like a failure and we want to give up can be beautiful because it's learning in progress. And that's the whole point. We're learning to do this better so that we can keep doing it for the rest of our life, right? So setbacks actually give us so much. I think the most growth happens in setbacks. Okay. When we stop viewing setbacks as disasters, we can start looking and asking more productive questions like, what can I learn from this? Instead of identifying with, I fucked up, it's, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? Maybe the setback shows us that we increased training volume too quickly. Maybe recovery habits weren't supporting the stress that we were adding. Maybe our movement strategy needs adjustment. That's okay. Each setback gives us data. The more data we have, the more precisely we can guide the next step. This is one of the biggest differences between guessing and coaching. We use the information. This is why this program works, is because it's not random, right? I can only meet you where you're at. So it's specific when you give me information. We use that information to continue to get better and evolve so that you can live the life that you want. Identity with these setbacks matter, right? Of course, it's me, so I'm going to talk about how there's a psychological side to this. If someone believes that setbacks mean failure, you start questioning yourself. Maybe I'm not built for this. Maybe I'm too old. It's genetics. Maybe my body just doesn't work right. It's perimenopause. It's menopause. If someone believes that setbacks are part of growth, their response is different. They think, what do I need to adjust? What did I learn here? What's the next step? Right? It means that no matter what happens, you'll keep going. That shift in identity is from someone who avoids problems to someone who navigates them. Resilience is built through experience, not perfection. I don't know how many times I need to say that. So, in handling setbacks, especially while working together, it requires communication because coaching is collaboration. I can observe movement and training patterns, I can look at your logs, but you're the one experiencing the sensations in your body. I don't know every little detail that goes on in your life outside of what comes through the screen with your coaching data. You have to tell me that. When something feels off, the most productive thing you can do is let me know. Don't hide it. Don't push through it blindly. Don't catastrophize it. I can't even say that. Catastrophize it. Just communicate. See, I'm human too. That allows us to adjust intelligently and keep progress moving forward, right? When we zoom out, the goal isn't just to have a body that never feels discomfort because it will. Life is uncomfortable, you guys. It's just not realistic. The goal, I don't know about for you, but it's to build a body that's adaptable and resilient, right? I give this analogy a lot, but my jujitsu professor is 80 years old. He's a black belt and he still rolls to this day. He is a tank. He didn't even start jujitsu until he was in his 60s. I know for a fact that when he's rolling with people in their 30s, that he will experience some type of pain. He's not afraid of it. He's built a body that is adaptable and resilient so that he can keep living the life that he wants even in his 80s. Doing jiu-jitsu, can you imagine that? It's a body that can handle life's demands, a body that can recover when things don't go perfectly, and a mindset that sees obstacles as part of the process rather than proof that the process doesn't work. Reticular activating system. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right? If you want a red car, you see red cars everywhere. So if you see obstacles as part of you failing, then you'll continue to find proof in your life that you are, versus seeing obstacles as part of the process of how you can continue to improve so that you can adapt and live a resilient life. So as you move through this program, remember, progress will not always be perfectly smooth, but that's not the point. And you will have days where things feel amazing. Don't get me wrong. We also want that. You will have days where things feel frustrating. I feel frustrated all of the time, but those experiences are normal. What matters isn't what's happening, it's how you respond. If you stay curious, you stay patient, and you keep making small adjustments, setbacks stop being roadblocks. They become your stepping stones. That's how real sustainable progress actually happens. Okay. So let me know what you thought about this. Give me feedback. There will be some education on it and some further journal prompts to reflect upon it. I would love it if you stayed engaged, dropped your thoughts, and shared them with me in the comments below. Let me know what comes up for you. This is how we grow together. This is how we continue to build the life and body that we want that will serve us for the rest of our life, not just right now. So, can't wait to see you in the next video.